Good evening, Nigeria. Good people, great nation. June 3rd, 2012 got into history as a Black Sunday in Nigeria, following the death of 153 passengers, or even more, of Dana aircraft in Iyorche Ishaga in the outskirts of Lagos. It was a day when the country's air transport system received hard knocks across the country, most especially from the families of the victim. The governor of Akure State, Chief Godswill Akpabio, said he sent a warning letter to the owners of Dana Airline on the state of the aircraft before the Lagos unfortunate incident. In the last 43 years, the rate of air crashes have been increasing geometrically with little or no meaningful efforts put in place to arrest the shameful trend. The nation's aviation sector got a rude shock in November 20, 1969, when 87 people on Nigerian Airways VC-10 were killed when it crash-landed. Also, the war continued on January 23, 1973, when 171 Nigerian Muslims returning from Mecca got killed in Kano when their plane crashed. The story goes on, but got to its height in 2005, when not less than 10 air crashes were recorded across the country. Following the Sunday's ill-fated journey, the country was thrown into mourning mode, and the federal government declared 3 days mourning to honor the victims. The National Assembly, in their usual self, has called for thorough investigation into the Dana crash and the prompt release of formal reports of air crashes in the country. Without doubt, the Demurrence Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has come under severe attack for lacking the will and technical know-how to ensure that airworthy crafts fly on the domestic routes. Now that another gun incident has happened, what's the next line of action for Nigerians? Should Nigerians continue to allow themselves to be killed like mere rats? Despite all these crashes, the airline operators are still claiming that air transportation in Nigeria is still very safe. Is this true? Some people have the opinion that too much noise is made about plane crashes because thousands of people die weekly on Nigerian roads without government doing anything about it, and people are not talking about that. Where do we go from here? Good evening once again. This is Crossfire. I am Banjo Abitogun. On the panel with me tonight, I have, from the far right, Barrister Olu Adewumi. Barrister Olu Adewumi, from the title you will know, is a legal practitioner. He's also a plane crash survivor. You are welcome to the program, sir.
Good evening.
To his left, I have Mr. Adams Abu. Mr. Adams Abu, you know very well, is a regular on this program. Mr. Adams Abu is the security and safety consultant. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Good evening, presenter, and good evening, viewers.
I also have with me in the studio Alhaji Ameen Abimbola. Alhaji Abimbola is an airline operator. In fact, is the business manager, Associated Airlines. You are welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Also in the house, I have Prince Tola Iroju. Prince Iroju is a political affairs analyst. You are welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, moderator. Good evening, viewers.
And to my immediate right, I have Barrister Rochie Iyorche. Barrister Iyorche is a legal practitioner and a human rights activist. Am I right?
Yes,
okay, then you're welcome to the programs.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be on the program.
Okay. To establish a base for this discussion, let's go first to the only man in our midst who is a plane crash survivor. It's not an easy task getting a plane crash survivor. In most cases, when planes crash, there are no survivors. But Barrister Adewumi was a lucky one. He survived a plane crash. Sir, as a plane crash survivor, what was the experience like? What went through your mind at that moment of crash?
Once again, good evening, Mr. Moderator. Good evening, viewers. Even to have a motor accident is not a tea party, not to talk of air crash. But somehow, and strangely enough, this crash that happened in 1983 had been prophesied in my church about a month earlier not particularly directed to me, but to any of the worshippers in that church. So we were asked to offer certain prayers. So in obedience to this prophecy, we offered the prayers. Anytime anybody wanted to travel, he would offer the prayer. But this time around, I did my own. And when it happened so suddenly, I had confidence in God. I wasn't troubled, although I was shaken. Like ditto for my daughter who was with me. But surprisingly, God saved us. And the rest is history.
In that particular accident, sir, how many survivors were recorded? Were just you and your daughter?
9 survivors were recorded.
Out of?
Out of 76, 77. But all 7 of the 9 sustained very bad injuries, and they couldn't last after the accident.
Oh.
Only myself and my daughter escaped without any scratch.
That was a miracle. Where were you traveling from and where were you going to?
We were traveling from Lagos to Enugu.
Okay.
I was taking her to school.
Oh. Okay then. Thanks so much. We'll come back to you later, sir.
Thank you.
Let's go now to the airline operator. Sir, Alhaji Ameen, Nigeria has recorded so many air crashes in the last 10 years. As an airline operator, what are the likely causes of air crashes?
Good evening, viewers. Yes, like every other sectors, 70% of air crashes worldwide are due to human errors, not as a